So, hey guys, back for the last part. So, don't forget that you need to actually delete the files. Okay, check the last video, the one before this one, so you can see a hints that I'm giving you in order to handle that. But you will need to handle that. Okay, you need to start learning by yourselves and start to think about the process of these kind of applications, because once you understand the process you can take this to, maybe if you are on React, go to Angular and see how you can set that using the same thinking process. Okay, but only the language is going to change because it's TypeScript. Or go to plain HTML, CSS and JavaScript and to see how to do that. Okay, so, or in this case with Node.js, go to Python and understand that what you need to do using the Python and Flask, because I'm using Flask on my tutorials about Python. So I actually have some Python and Flask tutorials, so check those if you want to understand how to do some things with Python, that we will have Flask again in the channel soon. So yeah, just check that. Delete all those because we still have those and they are going to take room inside your drive. So yeah, we need to get rid of those, but you are going to do that. Let's add a button that we need. Okay, so let's close this and let's just move this to the other screen just so I can see. Let's close this because you will handle that. I'm sure you can do it. You just need to think a little bit more of what you are accustomed to do, especially with this kind of tutorials where or with tutorials that people just, they are kind of feeding you. Okay, they have the spoon and they are feeding you what they want you to get, what they want to feed you. Okay, that's the thing that I'm trying to say. They only show you what they want to show you. Why? Because that's why I'm kind of fed up with most of the YouTubers that have this kind of behavior, that if they show you an example with something, they just show you a little bits of what you could do and that's it. Okay, and then you are forced or either to study yourselves by yourselves or wait for that YouTuber to upload anything in order for you to keep your learning. Okay, so that is something that I'm against. So yeah, I will keep talking about this because people, know, just do that in order to get views, and I understand that, but I think most of us do this because we want to teach or we want to show what we have done, or just some cool things that you see in a conference or something like that that you want to show, or just to help people, because I'm self-taught, just to help people to understand and to continue learning by themselves and to reach the life that they want. Okay, I'm happy coding, but I'm kind of not happy being a freelancer. But that is the way things are working now for me. Okay, so just understand that, and I will try to guide you to the correct path of self-learning and understanding of the text out there. So after all that shit, let's continue with this. So we have a similar behavior on the submit and the spinner. So we are going to do that. So let's see, because I didn't prepare anything for this actually. So I'm going to do it by memory, okay, by thinking. So what we need to do, We might need to set a new constant that is just, let's add a correct name to this, response, or is okay, and set is okay for the response. Okay, let's just call it that, because I don't know, you can call it cookies and cream or whatever you want. So the use state for this one is going to be just right now, let's set it to an empty string, and we might need to come back here because I'm thinking about something, but we need to add again another one. Okay, so we have the similar behavior, so let's actually use that. So let's say a response, or a response handler, maybe something like that. I don't know, you can call it however you want, however you feel, and you can change the naming after we are done with this. So as I said, I'm doing this from scratch, so I don't know what the fuck I am doing. Now let's say we have the response, and where we are going to send the response, or where we are going to set the response when we receive this. So we're going to set a set is okay to a response that data, if I'm not mistaken, because we're sending some data. Well, let's say, yeah, we're sending some data. Do we have that here? H12. Okay. We're sending an object with a data property, and that is our response. Okay, you can see that data and then our response. So we are going to grab that using response data and send that status to be the okay, or let's change this to response status, maybe is or let's say response status, set response status to status. Okay, so let's actually change this to say set response status. Okay, and we set that, and also set response status here because we can get the error. So let's say that set response status for the data and for the error. And let's actually come back here and set response handler. Yeah, let's keep it like that. I don't mind too much about that namings. So let's say if, okay, or let's actually say, no, it's okay, it's okay. Is response status is not equals to something like this, an empty string. We need to handle the next thing. So we're going to say response handler is going to be equals to, am I recording? Okay, yeah, because they show you here. So response handler is going to be equals to what? A div, a paragraph, whatever you want. Let's say a paragraph that class name, what we can say about this response. Response, okay, let's say something, okay. And oh, well, let's say response actually, and we will see how this behaves, and we will change that if we need to. So let's say we need to do this. So if it's not, we're going to say response status. We're going to use response status there, and let's see if that works. If and else response status, no, sorry, response handler is, yeah, response handler equals to just an empty string. And let's see what happens there. So let's not add it there, let's add it where we could add that. Okay, when we send, we're going to receive that, and maybe well, let's add it here. It's the same place, but let's add it below here. You can change that with CSS. So let's say response handler, and let's see if that works. Okay, let's open this and let's see what we could receive. So at this point we can send anything just as usual. We don't have well, let's not say that. Let's add another one and choose file. We're going to send this one, open and send email. But this is not showing. So okay, it took a bit, but we received that. Email received. We will reach you as soon as we can. And this is the ID. So the problem here, what it seems is that it takes a bit for this to get set because of the response. So we could add a handler for this. Well, not a handler. Oh, I forgot the name of that. A set time out. Okay, got the notification. Yep. So yeah, that's the thing. So let's actually style this, and you can set a timeout here. Okay, let me show you. React set timeout. Let me see if they have something here. No, this one is using the other one. Using hooks, yep. Use effect or constant timer. Set timeout, okay. We can copy this. Or we can just wait. Just a correct amount of time, constant timer. Set timeout, console log. Okay, we're not going to console anything, but we are going to wait for this set busy for 2 seconds maybe, and we need to do the same for the other one. And let's see if that works. So we should wait 2 more seconds. Whatever. So it doesn't so let's see. We should wait 2 more seconds. So that is ready. And no. Okay, it's actually working, but the thing is that we just need to style it. So let's add some styling there. And blah 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 blah. Let's go to index CSS. Okay, so we have the what we have here. Response handler is no class name response. Okay, let's go all the way down, or maybe not. Here above divider is a class, so let's say class response. And in order to see that, I'm just going to grab this, copy, paste it, and it doesn't have anything, right? So instead of using response status, let's say this is a mockup for testing the style. Yeah. Okay. You can see where it's going to show, okay, where it's going to be displayed. So we have that. And we are going to now handle that, saying the width is going to be what? It's going to have 100% right now, or it has 100%. So let's say maybe 60%. Let's add margin 0 auto, and let's say No, let's actually add a position, but let's leave it like that. And we will need to do something. So let's say margin 0 auto. Yeah, let's add a border or a background. This and color Alice blue. I don't know. Let's say padding 10 pixels. This is a paragraph, right? Okay, so let's see how this is looking so far. Okay, you can see that. And let's say position relative top or bottom 40 pixels. Let's see how this looks. You can see that because we are on position relative, it's still handling the same kind of properties it had. It's not being shown into the borders here, but we can just style it the way we want, and we're going to add the Z index of 2, maybe not less 2, but 2, and we're going to add 120 to this. So you can see it's going to display here, or maybe what if we say we want to display 200 pixels above the bottom of the, okay, and you can see we get that in the way. Or if you don't like that, let's say we have, let's say 150 was about right. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Okay, so we have this, and this is going to be shown later because it has, we're just styling this. Let's actually say text align center. Save that. Okay, and if you want to add a shadow or something else, you can add it. So yeah, now what we need to do, we need to actually wait so this is going to be done, but we need to actually wait. So let me say, or let me see how the fuck did we response React clear form is clear form lol form. Okay, so how was this? Is form does reset, right? I don't want to get the reference. This is not something I want to do. Is reset the form? No, well, fuck this. Let's try it by ourselves. So this is, as I said, this is not prepared. So get ready to see how I fuck things up. Okay, this is working. So constant timer. Okay, let's keep those there. But we need to do something here. Let's say we have the timer. No, let's say because we don't want to handle this like that. This is going to create a constant and store it in the memory. So let's say timer, so we can have that, and let's copy this just to get, and after what, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, well, let's say 3 seconds, after this thing is done, let's say a set response status to this, maybe. Is that going to work? Let's see. Lol, no. This is the funny thing of not having anything prepared, that you need to actually think of what you're going to do. So let's wait for this. Remember that we are waiting 2 more seconds, and it depends of the image and of the connection, and also the SMTP that is out there. So let's wait a bit more. It doesn't happen to, but it doesn't seem to be an error, but we could have something wrong here. It seems, because it's taking too much. Okay, that is the server. Okay, so actually it seems that something broke here. So let's actually say this. We don't want to hold that. Set timeout directly. And set timeout directly also here. And let's see. And let's grab registration and let's say send email. And let's go to a Gmail. Yep. I didn't see if that. Okay, it seems that it's working. We're receiving that. So let's send again. Maybe it was the file. Okay. Okay. You saw what happened, right? So maybe we're waiting a little too much for this to appear. So let's wait just 1 second on both error and that. So it seems that the image was too big, or there was an error with that, although we didn't get any prompt from Node. Let's not use mine, let's use someone else. And choose file, and yeah, this one again. Well, I only have this. I only have those. Can I send SVGs? I don't know. Send me. As we can, blah 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 blah. And just like that, you have that kind of toast. Is that the name of that? You can see that you can add whatever you want there, and that is actually working. So I just use actually set timeout directly. So maybe that was a problem. We needed, I think we needed to call actually the function there with the LED timer. But you can see it's working, and maybe, and now because we are here at the bottom, let's add one final thing. Because this is going to also disappear. So response, let's add it to 300 or 200. Just is kind of above here, taking the space there. One more time, just for testing, and it's gone. You can see that. Okay, you can perfect that. Okay, so most of you are going to be well versed with React more than. Okay, so I'm receiving everything. No, right now, no. So let's see how this looks, because it's receiving from the same. Okay, you can see we have this SVG. It prompts us to download that, and you can see we are receiving through a mailjet.com, because that is our SMTP, and this is the account we're using. So yeah, that's it, and I hope you have this working too. If you don't, if you have an error or something like that, just let me know. I will try to show you the way. And Of course, you will have the code for this, so don't worry too much if you don't know how to, or for some reason you have a problem and things like that. I'm just going to delete my things that are that have a reference here, so you can add yours, and that's the only thing. So I hope you like this, and see you in the next one.